Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. Gonna be a little bit more special of a hero showcase today because uh, with the new mythic hero from the Sega City faction, Zhongming, I have plenty of mythic shards to build him on day one on release. So I went ahead and built him. This is the stats I have on him in a sec. I have, I guess, enough to build the next mythic hero already. So let's look at how his kit kind of works. In general, on a first glance, you can see he has a blend of internal injury that's split between actual damage directly based on max HP, but also internal injury that scales off his max HP. Now, when you carefully read through his kit, there are ways to increase the internal damage dealt. So even though it's split damage, it's much more important to prioritize the mastery side of things to do the internal injury damage as opposed to trying to do the direct damage on the damage split. He has some ability to horrify, but that's probably not the focus in terms of building him. He has a very well-rounded kit. He can shield, he can do damage, he can do a lot of stuff. Like if you're starting out and you're building out a Sega City focus team like with Moshi and Zhongming, like that's a viable option. But at the end of the day, you really need to specialize and focus on things. Like he's balanced. He's like trying to be a jack of all trades, but then he becomes a master of none. So a little bit disappointed up front, but I'm going to showcase him anyways. Like it doesn't change the fact if you're starting out, your first mythic most likely should be Nordak, unless you're really looking for something else like in the DPS department that only Nita can give you. That's kind of the first impression. Let's go into his build a little bit on how I built him. I think there's many options. He does have ability to heal. He does have ability to give your team shield. So prioritizing HP logically makes sense, and they're recommending HP and mastery. I do feel like a little bit of effective hit might be required, but not a lot. One exclusive to his ability to has a chance to reduce the defense down on all enemy when the growl is triggered. And there's only a 60% chance to trigger. Now it's going to be capped to 100%. So the trigger chance is already very high. You just need to make sure you have enough effect to hit more than the enemy's effective res, and then you have pretty much a guaranteed way of applying attack down and defense down, which is really big, right, for your team. So he's great from supporting, giving shields, doing a little bit of damage himself. So we can go see that in a sec. From an emblem perspective, this is kind of what I've done. I kind of split between supporting and attack. There's certain things I didn't choose to pick specifically on here. Like normally we would either pick Berserker Blood or even pick something like Arrogant for a DPS build. But here he actually has ability to heal, give shields. Like I even opted to sacrifice his own damage reduction for helping out the team a little bit more. Here is just, I just feel like these are better than the first turn benefit you get out of it. Could be wrong in the long term, but I feel like just in a sustained draw LPV scenario, these might be worth this one just might worth a little bit more than the other. And of course, because he's applying those debuff, even though he's applying the debuff almost every turn, I probably should have picked this or this one instead. Now I think about it. Because one's at exclusive too, right? You're going to be restoring 50 stance value for every 400 of it restored this way. So every 8 turns, you're going to be applying defense down and attack down. So yeah, like you normally would cycle that many turns anyways, especially if you're running things like Lydia or Bunny and like things that just run around really quickly, or heroes that take double turns. He takes a double turn himself as well. When he does the long roar, he's going to change forms. So yeah, let's showcase him a little bit. I thought the most logical place is to put him in a Saga City team, just because he's going to fully benefit. Now, originally I was running this with like Diamu and Indra, and just for frame of reference. And I was like, oh, look, he isn't doing any damage at all. Then I watched the replay. It's because Indra was like two-shotting the boss. So that doesn't really get you to get a chance to showcase him much. Like, to put things into perspective, I decided to just, hey, let's put him in with something like a Fashion and a Darmu. So you get a little bit more direct damage from Darmu. You get the part from boosting internal injury damage, and of course you have Wukong. And when we ran this scenario through, we saw that he was kind of getting to a much more balanced mix where Wukong is still doing the most amount of damage, surprisingly. You look at the number of turns taken, it's still killing the boss in 5 turns. So why don't we actually just watch a playthrough and see how he's actually benefiting the team, right? And maybe because Wukong's there, it's probably not allowing him to play to his extra shield benefits, because Wukong shields are gonna completely overshadow what he brings to the table. But you can see his AOE is there, horrifying the team, really quickly able to apply those defense attack down right away, helping you wave clear and making the waves a lot easier for you in a PvE scenario. You see how quickly he applied the defense and attack down on the boss? Like, just having that debuff is incredibly valuable for any direct damage dealing team. In terms of what he brings to the table, right? If you look at what his modes are on, right? So he's going to be summoning the spirit, increasing all the damage reflected, and restoring the HP by a certain amount when they take crit damage. So I wonder, like, we're going to take him into a PvP situation as well, but he's going to be able to give you extra shields. Like, look at the amount of shield it's getting stacked up, right? It's ridiculous how it's synergizing and kind of double stacking a little bit. The amount of damage he's doing isn't phenomenal, to be honest. But of course, I have no blessings on him right now. Not like that I think it's going to be a game changer or anything like that. But I do feel like he does have something to offer there. Well, let's try one more run, this time without Wukong, and let's see how things look with a little bit less shielding. So off the bat, you can see when he triggers that, he's going to give a 20% shield to everybody. Wow, Moshi's going around deleting everyone now. Typical Moshi stuff. Get the Resolute on there. I think it's going to be more telling in the boss wave in terms of how much survivability does he really bring to the team, right? Because Moshi's kind of stealing the thunder there a little bit. Okay, so everyone took a pretty solid big hit up front. Naru is the one that's actually giving a lot of the shield there. Okay, he's putting the protection on. Like, Dharma is able to provide, the heal to max HP, which is really strong there. He's just getting stunned all the time. He's not getting much work done. See, he's got the long breath to grant the extra effect, right? That's the stack to the different layers, right? So deals extra stage of damage. Yeah, long spirit connection and connection with possession. So when he's under possession, he's going to do extra damage, and when he connects, he's going to restore. Let's actually just make sure we actually get a chance to see his skilling action a little bit. Okay. Please don't die. I'm actually waiting to kind of get a turn on him. Okay, well. Okay. Can he please take a turn now? Okay. So on this move, he changes to the roar and he gets one more turn. Right now he's on the coiling long mode. When he changes stance, he should get one extra turn. Okay. So next time. So right now he's between the possession stage. Passive doesn't change. And then here, let's see. How much damage is he really doing? Okay, like, that doesn't feel like a lot. It's like a little bit over 2 mil. And that's also because he has Sega City and he has a full team of Sega City to boost the damage. So, yeah, and a bit, Moshi does steal a lot of it from the boss wave, but Darmu is still doing more of the damage. He's more of a support. He didn't feel like he was giving a lot of the shields. Didn't really get a chance to see his healing. Like, he feels like he has a lot of potential. I'm just not seeing it. A little bit disappointed. Let's see if he can change things up in PvP a little bit. So in a PvP setting, what that might look like is he's going to be able to apply defense down and attack right away. So I feel like, let's go find someone to pick on. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but so here's kind of the thought process, right? We want to do a nice AoE nuke. We want a hero to kind of take a double turn at it. So he's going to be able to attack the defense down. So let's try something with a Sega City feel to it, right? Like, I feel like you need a full Sega City team for this to work, but, what I had in mind was like really taking advantage of Fashion, right? Fashion with full Sega City team. Fashion goes, somebody else goes, he triggers, and we get the move to, get his passive to trigger, have the attack down, defense down there. But his effective hit isn't really that high. We're going to deal with, panda resistance, a whole bunch of nonsense. So I have a bad feeling this is not going to work at all until I boost up his effective hit. But in theory, right, let's try something like this with and Judge Lu, right? Let's say Judge Lu. I think I have Judge Lu built. Okay. So let's try something in theory like this, right? He's got 4 factions there. I hope my Judge Lu is actually fast enough. It's a meh. Okay. So we're gonna. Okay, this is a non-starter. This is just a non-starter. Okay, let's pick on someone who doesn't have Lydia. Or maybe that work. Maybe that will work. Okay, let's give that a try. I'm just gonna get hit by Lydia there first. But once it's my turn, yeah, I get that back. But I'm not gonna be able to get any turn meter on everybody, right? That doesn't work because this is awful. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. So now, okay, so see, all of a sudden now the passive triggered, everybody got the defense and attack down, right? I mean, wait, Han? Oh, does it have to be a Sega City hero for that to work? Yeah, okay, it has to be a Sega City hero for that to work. Okay, fine. You can't even sneak somebody else in there. Oh, that's just great. I mean, nobody from Sega City does a big AoE direct damage yet, right? Like his is single target. Like, would you Moshi into that? Like, I mean, we can try Moshi into it. Does that even make sense? But you're still dealing with the same problem, right? You're getting Lydia'd. So it's almost like, okay, we have to put in a Panda or something. And I don't think the damage is going to be there. Okay, let's see if it triggers Panda too. Okay, Panda's going to go. Okay, we got the extra. Okay, so now we got all the defense down, but you see most of the enemy kind of resisted that, right? Okay, let's do the Resolute here. Wait. Oh, I forgot to put in Moshi. But anyways, I don't think there's barely any damage there. Yeah, this is not a fair test. And the damage is just not there. And of course, Eratos is just broken there. What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyways, like, I mean, maybe because I, at the start going through some basic testing on him is just he had so much potential. Right? We were so looking forward to him, but it's such a weird kit. Like, if you want him to make him a damage dealer, his damage really isn't there. And if you want him to shield, you want to use him in PvP, it's not really there either. I think they were just trying to do too many things with him. He was trying to give your ally shields, but that wasn't, exactly sufficient either. Right? I even tried to take him into Purgatory of Sins, and I know this is like, and it's even on stage 21, right? I was trying to make him do something, and I couldn't. That was kind of just really disappointing. Right? Like, don't mind the Fiona there. I mean, the Fiona was just really to provide the, if the not the stun, but giving me that flexibility to have oh, you know what? The flexibility of Fiona was there to apply the severe wound, and in case anybody died, it could revive them, and the extra stun is nice. But the damage that he's doing isn't really where it needs to be at. His shield is sadly not that frequent and consistent, and is not actually that big. Like, he needs a second shielder to really synergize, because if you think about his kit, right, it's like to grant them a shield with value of 2. But this is the spinner alone connection, though. The connection is about for critical damage taken by the ally. So maybe only, like, it's really, really hard to test that. I mean, you know what? It's almost like you're trying to have him in PvP on defense, so that if you're getting hit by multiple stages of crit damage, you're doing something. Let's give him one last chance to prove that he could be useful as something. I know it's so sad that we have to do this, but here, let's set up in a trial scenario where Let's give the enemy team something like a jingle bell, which we're gonna see a lot of multi-stage, right? Like, and then let's give them something like yeah, and we're gonna be against. We're gonna put a Wukong on our team or something. Or here, let's put a Nordak. Just so that we got a little bit of extra HP. On our side, we're gonna just, we're gonna sync data, sync data, sync data. We're gonna just max out the HP here, speed here, and let's see what happens. So we get hit by a whole bunch of shield. Am I healing? Where's the healing from Zilong? Okay. You see, okay, you see there's the healing. Wow. I was expecting like the heals would come like every single one of these stages, right? We got hit by all of these different crit. Okay, so when he's frozen, he's not even healing. Right, because he's supposed to have that connection stage right now. And he's still frozen. God. Can he please be unfrozen yet? Okay, he's unfrozen. Okay, good. Okay, hold on. Let's give okay. I'm resisting freeze. The connection isn't on allies. Connection's kind of on self. Okay, whenever I got hit by that was from health stealing, right? Okay, these crits when they're coming in, that extra little bit of healing is from Zilong. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anybody's defense that's not Erotos? Okay, something like this. Okay, let's give something like this a try, and see what kind of I don't know. Let's run a full Saga City team here, just to test this out just a little bit more. I really hope he has some sort of use. Like, I'm just not seeing it, and it's so sad. Okay, so let's say this is kind of your your Sega City team that you're trying to make use of, where you have a lot of shield values. You're trying to do a Fashe into a Moshi. Okay. Moshi got hit once. The crit. Like, I thought. See, with his connection, right? What it says here is when you have the connection, channel to ally, increase the damage reflected, restore a certain amount when they're taking crit damage. Is it because she didn't take crit damage because it was hitting on the shield? Like, there was no heal? Or I get it. It's actually just it's instead of healing, it's okay, I get it now. So when Moshi was hit, right? If they have to grant them a shield with the same value for 2 turns instead, okay? So each target can trigger this effect up to 4 times each turn. So now I see. Okay, so you know how when the enemy's hitting me, you see how there's a secondary shield value, like what I got hit, and then a little bit of additional shield added on, I think. Okay, you see? Wait, what? What? I'm just super confused. Okay, well, let's switch to the other mode. Right, so now that was on connection status. Okay, so now he's on the other mode, right? He's on the and possesses body to increase the internal injury damage dealt. Can we do some serious internal injury damage to people? Sort of, maybe. Like the The jingle bell barely felt it. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just like I can't I just can't make I can't make it happen. Um, just not seeing it, guys. So please let me know in the. Someone says new mythic hero OP whales don't want you to know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, he's junk. As good as I don't know why people are trash talking him. Yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below. I don't want to be the one that's trash talking him. You let me know who he's better than, right? Like compared against a lot of other options. Sure, yeah, I know. Brynhild fell off the charts. Lucifer is kind of off the charts. Although his saving grace is that he at least brings in feeble, severe wound now. Um, Allcaster still has good CC. He feels like a version of Allcaster that does a little bit less damage. I mean, end of the day, Mythic Heroes is free for everyone, so you guarantee to get them. Like he's definitely not at Ben Austin or Nordak level of use. He doesn't nuke like crazy like Mekio or Nita. Like he falls into the rest of the pack a little bit of I wouldn't say he's at the bottom of the pack, but he's pretty low on the list. It's just because they try to pack so much into him, right? And it's not like he's completely bad. Like, I mean, I do find that attack down and defense down is helpful. The fact that he has an eternal injury allow him to be used on the Purgatory of Sins part. But to be a good hero in Purgatory of Sins, not only do you need to provide shield, you want to be able to provide a bunch of buffs. You need 3 buffs to prevent massive damage on this, on the second skill. So, like, he's still missing. Like, I was so hoping he comes along with severe wound or something, right? And he didn't come along with severe wound. I was like, okay, can he help clear this? Not really, because we're using Dharma for that, and he's just gonna be a waste of space. Like, I am trying so hard, guys. Like, so maybe Devs, this is one of those mythic heroes. Unfortunately, you need to consider reworking right away to make him a little bit more appealing. He looks so cool and has so much potential. But enough said. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Gandalf out.